Thanks, Maria, and thank you, Teresa, for joining us.
So this morning we're joined by a dear friend of mine, a very own member of GME, and simply a man who needs no introduction, my dear friend Sam Decoste.
That's a really flattering introduction, Mo. I'm really excited to be on Jamie today.
Sam, we're excited to have you. You're usually hard at work behind the scenes for GME, so it's a nice change to have you in front of the camera.
I agree. It's definitely nice to be in front of the camera for once.
Yep. So Sam, I hear that you're going to play a little saxophone for us later on. So Sam, how did you get into saxophone? How did that fall in your lap?
So I've been playing saxophone since I was 10 years old. When I was in fifth grade, they had my class go to the music room, and the band teacher played us all the instruments that were available that we could choose, everything woodwind, brass, percussion, and he played the saxophone, and I just fell in love with the sound of the instrument. It was love at first sight, really. It sounds cliche, but it was true. And I've been playing for 10 years, and it really changed my life forever.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's an amazing story, and something I feel like a lot of us here at Emerson don't know about you.
It definitely isn't something everyone knows about me. I know both of you personally, and I don't think either of you found out until much later after we met. And I'll always dominate the fun fact conversation of the introduction because hardly anybody knows about it.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember when I saw Sam tell me when Sam told me about him playing the saxophone, I was very surprised, but it was oddly fitting if you know Sam. Do you know what I mean, Danielle?
Yeah, I do. So Sam, what are your favorite types of songs and music to learn?
Well, first of all, I'm not really sure how it's fitting, but I'll take it as a compliment. But I love pretty much anything. I love playing jazz, and I was really into jazz when I was in middle school. Also, the classic ensemble songs you have to play, like when you're a concert band at a middle school. But I also just love playing the pop songs that everyone will recognize. Later you'll hear me playing stuff like Rex Orange County, Childish Gambino, Stevie Wonder, Jason Derulo, because I really want to be able to play a song if you ask me to. I ask for requests all the time, and if you ask me to play the Monsters Inc. theme song or Best Friend, I want to be able to play it on the spot. And I think that I've done a pretty good job of doing that so far.
Sam, next time I see you in person, I'm gonna name out some Disney movie, and you better know the soundtrack. So, have you ever considered writing your own stuff? Maybe.
I actually have written my own stuff, and I don't tell people that either. I wrote my stuff way back, like maybe 7 or 8 years ago. I wrote stuff by myself. I would write sax music, ensemble music for concert bands and jazz bands. But mostly what I find most joy in when I'm playing is not only knowing or studying other music, but just improvising, because that's what most saxophoning is, and that's what most good musicians do, is they're able to take a key for a certain song and then just improvise around it.
Well, Sam, I think you kind of touched on it a little bit there, but what is your favorite part about playing music for others?
Well, I love talking about it to people because, like you said, most people don't know that I play saxophone, and I really enjoy sharing that with people. I love seeing the look on their faces when I tell them that I play saxophone and watching their reaction when I'm playing. It's a really fun part of my life, and I guess I love sharing it with people. I love performing, and that's why I'm really excited to be on today.
So Sam, as many of us who know you in person know, you're one smooth, sexy cat who plays the saxophone, buddy. So say I also wanted to be like that. What advice would you give me if I wanted to start getting the saxophone, start playing that smooth silk that you play?
Well, that's a very flattering question to Mo. I guess what I would say is, when I was 10 years old, I never thought that I would ever play an instrument in my life. I was pretty adamant that I was never going to do it. But 10 years later, I've been playing for a long time, and I really enjoy it. So I guess I would say just have an open mind. Don't be afraid to try new things. And if you want to try a new instrument, I know that you're a drummer, Mo, so I know that you're very well-rounded, and I know you find entertainment in being a more well-versed musician. So if you want to play saxophone, just do it. Just ask for my horn. I'll lend it to you for a weekend, and then we can figure something out.
We're gonna jam, man. For sure, we're gonna jam.
Yeah, I want to see that happen. I was going to learn. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Sam. When we come back, we have Sam Decoste jazzy renditions of some of your favorite hits.